Money production. Black Raju. From Arsene Wenger to Michael Arteta. North London never stopped believing. The hard times made us stronger. Now we champions. Red and white forever. Emirates on fire tonight. Red and white, now we champions. Hard times turned us into lions. Arteta brought the fire back. Oh, now the whole world watching that. Oh, Emirates on fire. Oh, taking dreams higher. From the legends to the future stars. Arsenal forever in our hearts. Dancing under the lights, Rice fighting every night. God leading with the vision. Saliba strong on every mission. Martinelli running through the rain. KBO bringing all the pain. The pressure only made us stronger.
There we go.
Well, I tell you what, I feel like I was going to go on a march there, Glenwyn. That guy, he's evoked so much emotion in his songs. I thought, you know what? I want to go. Where's my boots? I want to go. I want to go, and I'll probably only last like a couple of minutes, but you know what I mean, guys.
Yeah.
This is the Easy Talk. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to the Easy Talk with Glenwyn, myself, and hopefully we have a few more guests coming in. So, how's your summer been? You know, we are champions. It doesn't matter all the banters, all the backbiting, all the whinging, and you know the fact that the referees and opposition loves us now. That's the reason why we became champions. All that kind of whinging. Now it stopped. Has it stopped? Do you reckon it stopped, Glenwyn? Or do you think it seems to be continuing?
We're continuing. No, I think, you know what, there's so many talks about are we going to do it back to back? I think we can, because if you look at all the other top guys, I think we are the most stable club and team available. So I think we stand a very good chance to retain our trophy, but also it's also going to depend on what's going to come in, because we already are now even shorter on the left hand side, because Trossard is gone. We brought in somebody else, but we need more, and we need backup on the back line. So there's so many other things that can go wrong, but I'm hopeful, and surely with the squad we have, we can still challenge. But I don't want to challenge. I want to win again. That is what I want to do, is to win again. So we must get in what we are going to speak about our expectations for the new season.
Yeah.
And so forth and so on. But back to back, it's never been done in the history of our club. So hopefully we can do it this time, man.
It would be nice. It would be nice to do back to back, because the first, when you win it one time, and then another team comes along and wins it, it seems as if it was like a fluke. You know, it's just a fluke that Arsenal won it that year. But to go back to back, it just silenced everybody. Guys, as Glenwyn mentioned, we are going to go into an in-depth kind of discussion about Arsenal. We love this team. We've finally got over the hill. We've there's been I think this time last year we was wondering if it was ever going to happen, and it happened. The streets of London paved in red and white, and the vibes. I mean, I was there when we played against Crystal Palace, but not the actual night we won it. Um, and I know El spoke about it as well, going down to the Emirates. But the Emirates, I think, is still buzzing. I think we're still buzzing, despite we've had a World Cup and other sporting events going past. I think people are generally more optimistic than would been this time last year. The other part of it, we're going to talk about expectations. And I keep seeing that John's trying to come into the chat. Hopefully, John, you'll be able to
Yeah, I
join
think
us as well as and
his
as well. I
his
can see
camera
it's
is
probably
not.
yeah, it's probably got some internet connection challenges, as
Yeah.
it were. But we'll
Okay,
we'll
let's
we'll we'll we'll
get
crack
into
on.
this now.
We'll crack on. Um, so champions, what do you reckon, Glenwyn, in terms of expectations for signings? Because Bruno Guimaraes is he on the way, or is there still? I hear so many stories. I'm not sure if he's in. Also, all of a sudden, Vinny Junior might be coming in. I'm thinking there's no way Vinny want to join Arsenal because, for one, would he fancy playing against Newcastle on the Tuesday night when it's raining and everything else? I think he prefers to stay with Real Madrid and try and thrash out his deal. But I think just for
I,
the time being, like you said, we need to strengthen that left side.
we need the strength there, and I mean I'm of the opinion always, and I maintain that is that until that player holds the shirt with his number 39, Bruno G, or whatever else is going to be on there, or Vinny G or Vinny Junior. I don't think Saka is going to stand off the number 7, or I don't know what is the discussion there. Or, I mean, expectation for me is if the two of them can come in, we might as well call ourselves Brazilian Arsenal.
We'll change the. Well, we've got a bit of yellow in our kit anyway, so
Yes, yes. I mean,
yellow and blue.
even if Bruno G comes alone, and we get another makeshift, another left winger of that sort of ilk, not exactly that ilk, but somebody that can turn games around. You know what I mean? Bruno, for me, it gives me a bit of satisfaction, also peace of mind that should Declan Rice get a rest, Bruno G is that type of player that can fill the boots. You know what I mean? Because if you look at how he played against us for the last few seasons, he's been at Newcastle. I've always rated him, even before when he was at Juventus. I always rated him to come to Arsenal. And how Johnny, and then of course he's gone to Newcastle, but he's been that midfielder that always challenge. He's always he's that that little brother that is annoying sort of thing. He,
Yeah, I
he's
wonder who that is.
yeah, he's always that little brother is very annoying in the midfield. He will
Mm,
always sort of frustrate you and
yeah,
and sort of pick on you. That sort of type of personality, you know what I mean? And having
yeah.
him in our team will just elevate us more in the middle because I think Ateta did something wrong last season in not trusting Norgard that much because he's overplayed Zubomendi, where
Mm,
Zubomendi should have had some rest. And I think in certain games that Norgard could have come in and be that sort of backup to the both of them. But Bruno coming in, I think I'll be more have peace of mind on that. With Vinny, you know what? If he comes, he doesn't come. I won't feel bad because you are
mm,
challenging Madrid for his signature because he's at a club where he wants to stay. But I think his expectations of the new deal, I don't think Real Madrid would want to go that far. That's as per the Ben Jacobs and And the guys out there, and of Arsenal, these are apparently the guys who know some sort of inside information. But if Bruno then
Yeah,
comes in and another left side winger that can strengthen, then we obviously need somebody to back up Mosquera. If Saliba is going to be out for 3 to 4 months, we need some reinforcements in our right centre back as well, because now it delays everything for Ben White. Should Ben White leave, and then we don't have enough cover on that side again. So it's a
yeah.
catch-22 situation whereby we need to get in the players and soon. I mean, our first game, official preseason game
The
is tomorrow
Charity
night.
Shield.
Yeah, not tomorrow night. Our preseason game, our first game
Oh,
against Girona. They've been in Girona
no,
for this
that's
week.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so they're playing tomorrow night, our first preseason official game, and then on Wednesday night again. So we need some sort of incoming, just to see where we're at and how we can juggle and whatnot. So yeah, good evening, John.
Hey, John.
Evening, fellas. Sorry, looks like the internet fairies have got hold of me. To be honest, it's probably something I've been doing. But I can't hear Glenwyn too well, to be quite honest.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you fine.
Okay,
Glenwyn's quite quiet. I don't know if that's something to do with me or.
let me edit my mic a little. My mic automatic. Let me put. How's the sound now, John? Is that better?
You
Slightly
sound
better.
you
Slightly
sound
better,
bad.
Glenwyn. I can hear you a bit better, but I can hear Ralph fine. Don't know if it's
Just
something I'm doing.
Yeah.
Can you
so,
hear me all
John.
right?
Yeah, we can. I can hear you. We can
Yeah,
hear
you can
you,
hear me. You can hear me all right. And
John. So how are you spending your summer now that we're Arsenal champions, mate?
yeah, it's good, man. It's milking it. Just, just, just bumping into everyone you see when you're shopping and that. They've all got their shirts on. We've all come out of the woodwork. You don't
Yeah.
see many Spurs shirts around this way at the minute. But you just gotta go with it, because you know what? I think it's gonna be a lot harder this season. All right, we've won it. Brilliant. Now try and do it again. Do you remember Liverpool and Man United always managed to maintain that momentum, didn't they? Win quite a few titles. Arsenal have always been sort of spontaneous. So back to back, can I remember that? Am I getting it wrong? I know 89 and it was 91. Did Wenger uh, win it back to back? I can't remember him doing that. Can you?
I don't
No, I
think
don't
he
think he did.
did.
I
I
don't
think
think we've done it. Looking at it,
no,
honestly, I don't think we've. Well,
no.
Herbert Chapman, tell a lie. Herbert. So if Arteta wins it back to back, he's going into the Arsenal Hall of Fame, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
George
yeah.
Graham never done it. Wenger never did it.
Hmm.
Bertie Mee never did it. I think Bertie Mee was really unlucky. They come second in the final. They won the double in 71 and then comes second and runners up in the final. So that was very close. But I think when we won it in 89, this next season under George Graham, we've faltered a bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to keep that momentum. But saying that, we never had these big squads what we've got now, have we? Do you know what I mean?
No.
Everyone wants to get in that
Mm.
side. Everyone. Uh, so I think, looking at it at the moment, I think it's the usual suspects that are going to be challenging us. But I
What you?
think I think to win it again is an even bigger challenge than winning it last season. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
the only good thing is them players are now, they've got that success behind them, haven't they? They've got that confidence. They never had that sort of winning thing behind them before. Now they have, and they must be a bit hungry before. I think what Arteta's got to be careful of is continuation of the same team that won the league. Don't all of a sudden out players that won you that league, because that causes a bit of division. Do you know what I mean? So I think that'd be a bit of a challenge for him. But I don't know, Alex. I like to think we will do it again, but
I,
I think it'll be definitely harder this time around.
I think you're right in your observation, John. It will be difficult second time round, but it's all based on the current squad. I mean, we have to rest those who participated in the World Cup.
Well, that's
You
another
know,
problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah,
That they're not getting a rest. We know that Saka is carrying a knock, and he's carrying some sort of ankle injury. He's getting no rest at all, and I think he's done this for 3 or 4 seasons. Eventually, that's going to catch up with him.
yeah.
I think we have the same thing every season. So it's too many games, in my opinion. Alex and Glenwyn, you know what I mean? They're overkilling these players, but
But
it's all mad.
Yeah.
that's the modern sport now, isn't it?
It
Because
is, yeah, it is, and they've got the squad to do it. I mean, they've got a few free. I think they're in Dublin next week, or maybe this weekend. I ain't sure, but I know they're in Dublin, and they've got a couple more friendlies, and a couple 3 weeks it's back on again, isn't it? Charity Shield. So they're not really getting that
Yeah.
rested all through the year now.
but then that's why you need
Yeah, I think
a very in-depth squad.
Mm.
You know,
in
you
that
need
squad, yeah.
some of
So
those.
also with the
It's
new technology, I mean, we've seen how Saka has been out. I mean, there was the season just before his operation. He had all the games almost playing in that season of 24-25. And then obviously he went for his operation, and then Rice last season, uh, he was probably running on steroids mostly. Even in the World Cup, you could see he's so tired, and we need the type of backup better suited for our new challenge, as we have to go again for the Premier League, and we have to go again and try for the Champions League, because we have to get the Champions League sooner or later. We can't always say we prefer this. Now that we have the championship of the Premier League, we're going to have to go and go and go and go again. Look, what's her name did a 4P. Um, 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 Manchester City, they did a 4P not too long ago. So we have to go and get the players in, and I mean, here are two phenomenal links, and they're not going away. There's talks of it every day. We are close to Bruno. Um, Vinny has rejected Real Madrid's offer, or Real Madrid has rejected his thing. So we need to get to a point of we are stable. We are stable as it is, because there's new coaches at Liverpool. There's new coach at City. There's a new coach at Chelsea, and at Newcastle, at Spurs. Everybody else has got new coaches in the top level, but we are the most stable team at this stage. So we're gonna have to win it. As Colin is saying, yeah, we are gonna win it again. We are gonna win it again with your
Yeah,
watch-alongs.
he wants me to do
Your
those.
watch-alongs is
He wants
gonna.
me to do those watch-alongs where I get really stressed and almost fall off my chair and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, you know, we my take on it is, yes, there is a lot of football. I was talking to a friend of mine a few weeks ago about this, and how the fact there's a lot of football, and you're trying to justify the amount of money that they are paid and everything else. That aside, in order for Arsenal to be consistent and to win the Premiership again, we're going to have to rely on new signings. But with new signings means that you have to also let go of potential players
Yeah.
that's been in the team for a while as well. I know there was talk of potentially letting go of Martinelli, and Martinelli had a really good season last season, but it was based on the fact that he was almost going to go again. So who do you reckon, in terms of transfers, that that you would quite happily, if push comes to shove, would you swap or let go?
Me or Glenwith?
I'd say to you, John,
Me.
You can go
because
I,
you're
first.
I
quite
wouldn't get rid
opinionated.
of any of them. They've won the league, innit? But yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, Max Darwin, right? He could be like a new signing this year, couldn't he? You know, he didn't have much part to play last season, and what I've seen of him, I'd rate him up there with Liam Brady when he was coming through. So
Mm.
if his potential comes through, you know, they've got like a superstar in the making then, but it's a long way to go. You know, it's a long
I think for
way.
him, it is he needs to be looked after. I said this before. He needs to
Definitely.
be looked after. But then you've got Ethan Ranieri as well.
Yeah.
You know, he may feel that he might want to ply his trade
Mm.
elsewhere if he doesn't get into the squad or play regularly.
It's
I
very,
think,
very hard to keep everyone happy in a big squad like that, isn't it? You know,
yeah.
but
Oh, for sure.
he's got Lewis Skelly as well, and he's only coming through it. So we've got a good crop of youngsters coming through with experienced players, but it's just shown, you know, that Arteta, we all know he's quite lethal. He doesn't seem to, if he's going to get rid of someone, there's no sort of sentiment there, is there, with Arteta by the looks of it? You
Yeah.
know, once you're done, you're sort of done with But I'm just looking into that Newcastle situation. Now Eddie has gone, and they keep saying that Bruno Guimaraes is coming to Arsenal.
Mm.
Well, something's going on behind the scenes, isn't it? I'm not one of these in the nose. I'm just second
No,
guessing. Something has unsettled that Eddie Howe for him to leave. But why would they want to sell the star player? But as we all know, money talks. And
but they're not a poor club though, are they, Newcastle?
no, that's what I mean. They don't need the money. They literally don't need the money. They've got an Arab state running them, haven't they? You know, oil
Yeah.
state. They do not need the money. And you know, something's gone on behind the scenes there. What we, you know, for Eddie Howe just to walk out on a club like Newcastle is I'm sure he'll come out in the next few weeks. I'm hoping he'll go become the England manager, but that's my opinion. That's
So I think
only
we have to
me.
leave that conversation for another time,
Yeah,
John. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
But Arsenal are going to be linked with everyone because
Yeah.
everyone's going to want to come to the Premier League champions, aren't they? You know.
Well, it can be attractive, but also it can be a bit of a poison chalice as well because it's not always guaranteed that that the players coming in. I mean, I'm trying to think which. There was one player who's gone. Rogers going to Chelsea. You know, I didn't
Yeah.
see it. You know what? Let me the gaffer. We call her the gaffer, our first lady. Hey, Ange, how you
Oh,
doing?
yeah.
Evening, Ange. Evening.
How you keeping? All good?
Hello, and First Lady. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. We've had a bit of a heat wave here. I have suffered a bit in it, but look, nice and cool. So if it suddenly goes dark in here, sorry, I put the big lights on. No
It's
way.
fine. It's fine. Staying cool is paramount. It's paramount.
Yes, absolutely.
We're
I
gonna
think
come to
our
the
electric bill's gone up by about 500% with all these fans we've got on
Oh
here.
God, I'm terrified. Tell
I
me
try
about
not
it.
to look when it comes.
Mm,
we're gonna get our gaffer Ange in because while we're pontificating about who's going to come into the club and everything else, the women's are doing business and they're getting people in. And I said last season that I need to become more adept with the women's. I watch the women's game as much as I watch the men's games, but I need to know more about the players. I know one of the players has gone to Chelsea as well, but we seem to have a plethora
mhm.
of new players coming in as well.
Of
So
new players. Yeah,
yeah,
I've got something set up there for Anne. She can take us through it. Around.
fantastic, fantastic. There we go. So going to say, woohoo! My lovely Ange is in the house as well.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. So
Yeah,
Andrew,
so there's talks of Ethan Nwaneri, sorry, to AC Milan. Everton is interested, Bournemouth is interested, and then of course a couple of other teams as well. Martinelli is probably also on his way to make space for. So these things won't come up, and I think the team, whoever the source is to the journalist, I don't think the likes of David Ornstein will put his name out there on something that he didn't hear from an Arsenal source of insight. You know what I mean? It won't be
yeah,
a fan, but it will be somebody that's liaising with the media that will put out something and say, David, this is the plan, this is the situation. We're genuinely looking at that. And I don't think David Ornstein, with his professionalism and his insight and his name out there in the media, being one of the top journalists, will put his reputation on the line for just a rumor. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
sure there is something in this about Vinny Jr. And of course, we are all know, John alluded to it, that behind the scenes there's so many things happening at Newcastle, and there's so many rumors came out. Even Ben Jacobs also said that there's in a verbal agreement so far has been close to a 90 million euro for Bruno G. But yeah, I think we have to let people go. Like the Reece Nelsons, he needs to leave. The Pablo Vieira needs to go. Gabriel Jesus needs to go. I think Ben White he's got another season in him. I believe
yeah,
he must stay.
yeah.
Ben White needs to stay because he's got that naughty ness about him, and I think he can
It's
he can knock off a
mischievous.
couple of players
He's
very
very
badly. Yeah,
mischievous.
he is. No?
Yeah,
So yeah, I think those are the team names that I'm thinking of that needs to leave. I think Martinelli, irrespective of how much he loves the team, I think he had his time. Like Trossard, that's given us beautiful moments, and I think this is the time. And also, well done to him. He's made his woman an honest woman. He married her. So yeah, I think him and his family needs to move on as well. Although it's going to be a sad thing to see, but they got to move on. There is
yeah.
no favors to be done. We need to look at the club at first. Yeah, that's my take
Shall we
on
bring
this
Ange in?
meeting.
Ange, what do you reckon about the current state of the
Yes.
men's team? Because the women's team
Oh,
is just fantastic. They seem to be doing business um, without no fuss.
Right, the women, I'll come on to them in a minute. Yeah, we had a lot of rumours. Those rumours have been fulfilled. Probably the only one is the new main goalkeeper, but I'll come to her. That was one that I would say was for two goalkeepers was quite a surprise, but that's for a bit later. Sorry, have you discussed Bruno?
We're talking on the fringes about it. I'd say I'd rather. I think Glenn is of the same mindset. I'd rather wait until he actually is in the press room, got the T-shirt. He's done all the
Signed
promo.
on the dotted line, yeah, we know.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah, get
I
that.
don't. I used to think. What was we used to have. I used to watch like Transfer Daily on another channel, and I'm trying to remember a player from Barcelona that was linked with, not Barcelona, but big pardon, Real Madrid, and it always seemed like he was going to come, and then he didn't, So all that furore, I don't get sucked into that anymore. I'd rather play my cards close to my chest and wait until it's actually signed, sealed, and delivered.
I get that entirely.
super.
I
Yeah,
get that entirely. And Bruno has been linked with us for quite a few seasons now. But the big but,
yeah.
Newcastle have got problems, haven't they?
That's what I was just saying to Ralph. It's a
Yeah.
bit weird how
Major.
Eddie Howe's walked out, and like Ralph was saying, Bruno Newcastle have got plenty of money, ain't they? So they don't really need to sell that Bruno. But something has gone on behind the scenes there, 100%. What's gone on? No one knows. But they have been after Bruno for 3 or 4 seasons, actually.
I must admit, I do like him, but that's probably more in looks. Sorry, I'm being very girly about it.
It's fine.
I'm not
It's
going to lie.
fine. You're the
I do
gaffer.
like a
You're
Brazilian
allowed
player.
to.
I'm not going to lie. And also, if he
I'm
does,
more of a Ben White fan myself.
I'm very glad. I don't want Benny to go. I love me Benny. And especially
Looks
after
wise, I was
the
on about
bus. Oh, he was a legend. Yeah, I love Benny. Just don't give him a mobile. He'll chuck it. Yeah. Yeah, Bruno, it's good because then Big Gabby, who is my favourite current player, they'll stop rowing because they'll be on the same side. Because, Big Gabby used to get quite humpy with Bruno when it was against Newcastle. So, I'm going to be, maybe I am going to be naive or not. Right, he's a midfielder, isn't he?
Bruno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attacking midfield.
Attacking midfielder, yeah.
Yeah. So where's he going to fit in the great scheme of things?
Well, that's what's saying to Ralph. It's tricky juggling a team, keeping everyone happy.
Because and I really like Captain Odegaard, and he got such a lot of stick. The guy he was carrying injuries for God knows how long.
Yeah.
I think he's a fabulous loyal servant. And I get it's a bit like with Martinelli. I get really upset when I keep seeing all these rumours. How are we going to sell them? Yeah, that upsets me. They're good players. Leave them.
Well, they're literally rumours, and so that's it, really.
Yeah, I mean, the men, as I say, the women just do it so differently, and I really hope it stays that way. But yeah, sorry, it's kind of like, okay, where's he actually going to fit in? Who knows? Let's see if he signs first. Who knows?
Oh, he'll fit in, but it could upset other players. And how much money is he on? Say they bring him in, and then he wants X amount a week, and he's getting more than the other top players.
Well, that's not going to be on, is it?
Well, that's the sort of challenge they've got.
And also, I looked him up. He's going to be 29 in November. I'm not saying that's old.
Yeah.
But a little bit on the wrong. How good is he going to be?
And for how long?
Well, how old's Harry Kane? 34?
Yeah, all right. That's I don't know what his record with injuries are like. Never followed him in that sense.
I think what you've got to look at with that Bruno Guimaraes, right? If he's ambitious, he'll want to come to Arsenal regardless of the money. It might not be nothing to do with the money. He might just want to come there. But this is all speculation. It's fun talking about it, whether it's realistically happening. I'll say Ralph Percy, just crack on. I think they've got enough. They've got a good enough team. Maybe another attacker would be great. You can always add them better players. But
my take on this is, I'd rather sign the player that wants to play for Arsenal.
Exactly.
Not a player that feels that he can get something. Because, I mean, let's put it this way. Let's not be naive about this. Every player have their own set agenda, and the manager is the gaffer. He tells them, he plays them the way that he can get the best out of them to win trophies. It's some players may. It's not like for example, it's not like the era of the 80s. I have to go back to the 80s, mid 80s and late 80s, where you have players who play right through the careers. They play about 400-500 matches. For one team. The market is very wide open, and you could be playing for your heartfelt team when you're 7, 8, 9. When you come to your teens and your early 20s, if you're not breaking to the first team, you start looking at other alternatives because you want to play. So
sorry, can I just interrupt? Sorry, Ralph. I'm thinking straight away of Emerson.
Yeah.
with his Mario, his cousin. That's what he had to do. You know, he was diehard Arsenal supporter all his life, got into the academy, but he was never going to break through.
Hmm. I think
And
that's
you have to go somewhere else.
yeah. I think that's the real harshness of
Mm,
this life is the fact that we're all cheering for the players that that we see, but if you look at the journey of a player, um, the margins of actually breaking into a team is so very so minimal. They don't get they go into the academy, they learn the skills, they wear the kit, they get sponsorship deals. You look at Dowman, who is this the next shining star, so to speak. But what if, for example, he has a falling out with the manager and he feels that he wants to play for someone else, and then Real Madrid comes in, you
yeah.
know. So they did the same thing for Fabregas. If you remember, Fabregas when he broke into the team, he had about 3 or 4 good seasons. He led the team, he was captain, and he went on break with Spain, and all his teammates had was it a Real Madrid shirt saying you should be playing for Real Madrid.
Hmm.
You see, these kind of things can sway a young mind, and
Mm,
Yeah.
the life of a footballer it can be very. It's not as straight and as direct as we like to think it is. It can be very difficult, and we
mm,
want to we don't we want to keep our old players, but at the same time we want success and we want to bring the new players in. And I have to say that I admired Man United. I don't like Man United. I hate Man United. I shouldn't say hate, but I hate Man United. But what Ferguson was really good at, he was really good at identifying the key players that would get him and get the team over the line. Eric Cantona won FA Cups, but he didn't win the Champions League. He was a very good player, but he managed to get them because of his influence. The Neville brothers and Beckhams and Giggs and Scholes, they were just on the peripheral. So you have to have the key hard players that will allow the young players to take advantage of those
mm,
positions and then push through. And you need a really good manager to actually be able to balance those, that kind of scenario out. So could you imagine? I for one, I'm not really keen. This may sound contentious. I'm not really keen on Vinny Junior coming in
Really.
because
no, no, no.
he's going to come in with his own set agenda and everything else. And if Arteta tells him to play left back, you know, he's not going to want to do that because he's the main guy. So it means that the team will have to change to
They
him.
have to
Look how long
adapt
it
to
took.
him, and
Yeah,
that's not going to work. Yeah,
look how long it took Gokeres. Gokeres used to be in great positions to be passed the ball, and we didn't pass to him.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very challenging. I want a player that wants to play for Arsenal, um, and again like Gokeres, he was willing. He took a wage cut. He paid
Hmm.
for things himself because he wanted to play for the team. I don't want. I think we've had enough of divas,
We've
and
had the prima donnas. Yeah, I get that.
yeah, yeah. What are your guys'
Yeah.
thoughts?
With
Like I
regards to
said
Vinny
before, it's going to be
completely.
very hard for anyone to come in and settle into that team. We've seen it before, haven't we? You know, Gokeres took a while to settle in.
Mm.
You can't. Don't
Bergkamp took a while to settle in,
Bergkamp.
and look
They
how
all do. You
great he became. Henri, you
Henri.
know.
You can't just come to the Arsenal now. Don't matter how good you are, and think, oh yeah, you know, put me in the team. I don't think it works like that. I think you've just got to prove yourself, even if you've been chosen and bought. I think you've
Mm,
got to. You can't guarantee you're going to be in that first team. Do you know what I mean? I think
Mm,
that's what whoever's
Yeah.
coming to Arsenal has probably got to accept that they're not going to be in the first 11. Yeah, they'll be in the squad straight
mm,
away, but they're not. They're a team player. They're not the number. So like Bruno Guimaraes, he might be the number one in that Newcastle team. I'm not sure. When it comes to Arsenal, he ain't going to be the number one. Do you get what I mean? These are the kind of challenges the players have got and the management have got of settling them into the Arsenal team. But to be fair to Arteta, he's got it right so far. So he seems to know. He don't seem to anyone that's got an attitude problem. He seems to steer clear. He's quite
That
conservative in
I
who he
admire
keeps.
greatly because we'd be like that in any workplace, wouldn't we? If somebody,
Yeah,
Which, yeah, they've got attitude. You think, no, you don't want to know because you can't work with these people, can you?
No.
And most importantly, you want a team,
Yeah.
and yeah, they've
Yeah.
got to gel and
but
complement each other. You can't, no, you can't have one big star.
but
I'm sorry,
so,
that's going to bring me on to the women because I'm going to
Yes.
slightly
Yes.
contradict myself. Our first signing, Georgia Stanway. Now that I still can't get my head around, we got her. I'm so excited to get Georgia. I really, really am. Such a quality player, and the fact that
Is she a midfielder?
yeah, she is. She is my
Yeah.
darling.
Yes.
And also,
absolutely.
she'll be the resident penalty taker because when she does it for the Lionesses, yeah,
Oh,
she's
she's
got
amazing.
100% record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think
and
she will take over
right, we got her on a free, and that's great. But yeah, just what she'll bring, and also the fact she's committed to, I've heard, a 4-year contract, and she's going to be 28 in January. So basically, she's saying for the rest of, not the whole of her career, but that's going to take her into her 30s, staying with Arsenal. I think that's a good commitment
That
straight
is.
away. Obviously, she weighed it up. She wanted to come back to WSL. She gets on incredibly well with Leah Williamson. So, yeah, Leah's done her business because obviously Leah's other bestie, the one at Chelsea, she was trying to do the same. But I think also Georgia Stanway, she knows, I mean, she is going to be a starter. And bless her heart, she even kind of said, because I watch all this stuff, no disrespect to Captain Kimmy, but she really is on her last legs. And Georgie wants to take over, and she knows she will. So she's going to be a starter straight away, and I can't wait to see her. Yeah, fantastic business. Really excited about Georgia. Now, some of the pronunciations, bear with. Then another one that was heavily rumoured, Selena Chetty, I believe, German forward.
Turkey.
I've said forward. Yeah, it could be on the wing. Because remember, you've got Leslie Russo,
Yes.
you've got Stina. I mean, I know Stina's a super sub, but I could see her more on the wing personally. But yeah, now she's a die-hard Arsenal fan, has been all her life. Funny enough, you talk to hearing Bergkamp's name. Whenever the men were playing, she was always posing, had a Bergkamp shirt and all that. So yeah.
Where did she
So,
come from?
well, she's German, but she's actually Turkish and Azerbaijan descent.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, very pretty girl. Very pretty girl. Look good in the clip. And then, so yeah, I'll be interested. It'll be good to see her. Once again, incredibly enthusiastic. And then we have Jerry, we can call her for short, a Swiss player, Geraldine Roy.
Rudiger.
Yeah, but I believe I did try to look up these pronunciations. I don't know too much about that midfield, but once again, highly rated. Really did well in would have been the Euros, sorry, yeah.
Right.
So quite a standout player for Switzerland. I'd be a little bit intrigued though, because I know Renault's been looking for players that have more than one string to their bow. So she might not actually stay in midfield technically, but one will wait and see. And then the other really big, exciting one, and I cannot pronounce her surname, the Spaniard who's taken over Katie. Oh no. That is one exciting player.
So I missed that. What's her name?
Oh no.
Una.
It looks like Battle, but it's not because she's Spanish.
Right.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I have to find one of my Spanish friends to find out.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
it was.
please do. Yeah. Now also Anna, I mean, she was because she used to play in the WSL. She used to play at Man United,
All right.
and then went to back to Barcelona. Also, I would add that Lucy Bronze is her partner. So, and obviously, she didn't want to go Chelsea because she would be a number one starter. But equally, geographically, both of them being technically, and I use that word technically, London.
Mm.
Yeah, it all works basically. So yeah, really, really excited about her. She's just going to hit the ground running, I'm sure. Another interesting one, young girl, once again, German. Now, Lisa Ball. Now, she's a winger, but she's 19.
Okay.
So, because we have got quite a lot of, forwards and wingers at the moment. So, but interesting. And her name was linked with us. She was keen. So, sure they'll squeeze her in somewhere. The two goalkeepers, that is really, because remember, Daphne, the Dutch woman, she's now got number one shirt,
Okay.
but she's a bit injured. Great goalkeeper, but she's still carrying a bit of an injury, I hear. Glenn, do you know our next Tim Stillman?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he's really informative. Yeah, I do kind of catch stuff that he posts on there. Yeah, apparently, and I got that through him. She's still carrying a bit of an injury. So of course we've got I call her Bulbul, the German goalkeeper who won us that shiny frisbee cup thing when she knocked herself out. If you remember watching that one at the Emirates.
Uh,
I can't
no.
remember what it was. It was I can't remember. It was like a first, and the women played Corinthians, and it was actually a really, really good game. But yeah, Paul, he was in goal, and then she got concussed right at the end, but they still won. So I've liked her anyway. But first of all, we got this young girl called Isabella Dan. She's Danish, I believe, and she's 19. And I thought, okay. And then the one that started doing the rounds was Spanish, but not what do you call it? Barcelona, Real Madrid ex goalkeeper Nissa Rodriguez, and apparently she is very, very good. And I don't think she's come in to be second goalkeeper. And a really nice South American friend of mine said to me, I'm getting Raya vibes. And I thought,
Wow.
yeah, got me thinking. And I thought, I'm more curious now who's going to start at the start of the season. Is it going to be Bulb or is it going to be Rodriguez?
Do they have any friendlies coming up in order
You
to?
know what? That's interesting. I'm kind of scouring constantly. I'm sure they will have some sort of pre-trip. Yeah, some sort of friendlies.
It'd be good to see how the team
Yeah,
evolves with those new signings
yeah,
and get the
yeah.
team settled for the
I'll
season to
let you
come.
know. But I haven't seen anything as yet. Because I think they're all back now. Yeah, they're all back from their holidays and.
Am I right in asking that the Women's World Cup is coming up as well?
Ah, right. Well, I'm sure I talked about that controversy. Yeah. The Women's World Cup is coming up, and England Lionesses are one of the. Well, actually, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, Republic as well. I think I'm not 100% sure about Republic, but they've all got to go through that qualifying round.
Okay.
But of course, the biggie now is because of that. And I'm sorry, I think he's weird. What is his name?
What
The bald one. What's his name?
it's a Infantino or something,
Yeah,
isn't
that
it?
one. I'm sorry, I just think he's really strange. Yeah.
FIFA president.
And obviously, yeah, with all this fury going on, basically, the first that could be affected by this will be the women. And that,
Why?
that's October time.
Is he the
Why?
guy that kind of kissed that lady when he come up, kissed all the players or something?
No,
No,
that's
no,
the
he
that's
was a
the
Spaniard. No,
it's
this
the
guy, I
Spanish.
think he's Swiss with Italian background or something. 'Cause he's got an Italian sounding name.
Yeah, he's the head guy for FIFA.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, he's the
the
head guy
one
for
that was
FIFA.
president
cozying
of
up to
FIFA, yeah.
Trump.
Gianni.
Yeah,
Oh,
Gianni
Infantino,
Infantino,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Infantino.
that one. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just found him really odd.
Well,
Yeah,
he's mafia comes to mind.
Yeah, well, that
uh,
could be that as well. But I'm sorry, anyway, I know it was a bit unfortunate with the World Cup because it was hosted in America and it was Trump. It was a nightmare. But I think there's certain ways of doing things, and I'm sorry, he was
yeah.
so cozying up for Trump. I found it quite repulsive, actually.
No,
Yeah,
I
well,
thought what
I've
was
got a
quite
question for
hilarious
you,
was
Andrew.
when Spain won their trophy, that Trump
Yeah,
wanted to be on the podium as
oh,
well,
I
yeah.
know it's
and
embarrassing.
he was and Infantino was trying to like edge him out and say to him like, I think apparently a few days later, Spain photoshopped him
Yeah,
out of the
he's mad
photo,
or something.
and he felt a bit aggrieved about it. But I was thinking, mate, you know, you're not a coach, you're not a footballer, you're just a host. You know, just
Yeah,
there's
keep
some things you have
politicians well out of football. That's my
is
take on it.
Yeah, definitely.
exactly that.
Get them out of it.
Oh, he
Yeah.
is.
I've got
I
a
know
question for
Infantino's
Ange,
talking about
Ralph.
some kind of it's some. I'm not sure if it's going to be some kind of super league or some kind of um, way that some of the European teams may feel that they may just actually stay out of the next World Cup if he gets his hands on trying to do something. I have to get my facts
Well,
together on
they're
that
trying
one.
to sell it, aren't they?
I think they're trying to make it
Yeah,
some kind
that's
of
it. Yeah,
franchise or
something along
something,
And
those lines.
which
they're in a
is
battle with UEFA now because they've all voted
Mm.
against it. So I don't know what's
yeah,
going. Yeah,
yeah.
it's all all
Yeah,
money, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the final, man, because half-hour break to me is just ridiculous. I'm not
Oh my
entertaining
God,
that
did
stuff.
you not want to see Shakira?
No, mate, I'm not participating in that. I boycotted it, man. I'll go
She
to a
was so
concert if I
rude.
want to. I'm sure she's great, but I'll go to a concert if I want to see her. Innit? You know? But Ange, you know that lady? While we're at it, that Spanish lady, I've got a new chant for her. Oh Nana, what's your name? Oh Nana, what's your name?
It's really good, actually.
I know that could catch on, innit?
Yeah, no, I
If
like
that's her name. But
that.
also, going back to the women, right? Where's the World Cup with the women in America still?
No, do you know what? I don't know actually. I haven't got that
You
info.
don't know?
It can
Come
be
on,
it can
Ange.
be a
Bloody hell.
homework for us all to
Yeah,
find out
yeah, I'll
because
have to look
then
that up.
we can look at that. Glenwyn, there
Yeah.
was a comment from is it from Collins saying about Vinny would bring up levels if he was to attack. I have to
There's a
disagree respectively on that.
there. Bunny Junior's levels. That is transformation for our tech, my peeps. I have to disagree respectfully. I think that is what on your comment, Ralph, that you've said about Vinny.
Yeah, I thought for a moment he was in agreement or
Oh,
disagreement.
sorry. Can I just say sorry, my darling Colin? I was no way slating off America, but I hold my hand up. I slate off Trump. Two entirely different things.
Yes, yeah, I think Colin will agree with you on that. To be fair,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just keep
I've got a
politicians away
question.
from football and it'll be all
Yeah,
right.
it's a good idea. Yeah,
yeah.
I've got a
absolutely.
question for
Whoever
Ange,
they are.
Ralph. Ange,
I think
Ange, can you hear me?
you're very faint, Glenwyn.
Yeah, I thought it was my ears because I've got a dodgy ear.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with my earphone. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's a bit better.
Yeah, I
Can you
think
go up
I'm
a
not
notch,
sure.
Glenwyn?
Sorry.
Can you turn up your volume a notch?
Something wrong here. How's that now?
Bit better, still a bit quiet, Glenwyn.
Yeah, still the same.
Yeah, very so.
How about now? Better.
Almost.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong, man.
Sorry. Anyway, so you were saying, Glenn?
Yes, what I was saying is, Ange, do you really think that Stanway is going to take over the penalties from Mariona?
Yeah, yeah.
That's strange, actually,
Yeah, I
because
know Mariona's been doing them, and she is most of the time very, very good. But no, Stanway, I'll be, yeah. I'm so confident on that.
okay,
No
and then
disrespect, Mariona, but yeah, it's got to be Stanway for penalties now, without that.
Do you
do you
think
think
some of the
that
women got complacent, Ange, in the Arsenal team last season?
No, I don't think it was complacency. Well, actually, no, that's a bit interesting. I don't quite know how to word this. There's certain players that have gone, i.e., and everybody's a big fan. I mean, listen, I was like Katie, but I'm not exactly heartbroken that she's gone. I'm more than happy with her replacement, and she was a great servant for what was it? I think over 10 years. But
Mm.
I think, yeah, I don't want to use the word complacent.
They
But
get too comfortable in the team. You
yeah,
get what
yeah,
I'm saying?
maybe that's a better way of putting it. And also, she was kind of really was sort of the female Shaka, but she
Mm.
was actually worse because she was a liability at times. You know, it sounds like you're speaking a little bit whatever's, but she
Mm.
was a liability at times. It's great to have a feisty player, but especially if you get red against Chelsea,
Mm.
that's not on. Or it could be
yeah,
now
I
Man
think
City because they're the ones that are right up there. But yeah, she's gone for Chelsea. So I mean, I wish her well. You know, I don't blame her for going to
No.
Chelsea. Blah blah blah. And also someone like Beth Mead. I suppose she's at that age. What is she, 30+ now? And she's not going to get. I hope she can get game time up at City. She's been fantastic at Arsenal.
Yeah.
But probably she's gone past good. I mean, the ACL, she come back pretty well from it, to be fair, as most of them do now, thank goodness. But yeah, I think we've seen the best in her, and let's be blunt, between Renee and Claire, what's her face? Yeah, she weren't going to be a starter.
I,
So
I was a bit
what is
surprised.
the shelf life of a women football player? What
Oh,
is their
right,
age?
the really interesting fact, Captain Kimmy, who I don't know when she's going to hang up her boots, God bless her. But she's going to be 36 this May.
Mm.
wow.
And she's still going, but obviously she's a realist and she's getting more, thankfully only minor injuries, but I think that's really why, hence Stanway, and Stanway has not worked, he has come out with it actually. Yeah, he wants to replace Kim Little. Not as captain, but as that
As the
midfielder.
midfielder, yeah.
I'm only trying to get at is the physical side. Does it affect the women's more than the men? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
And
That's what I'm asking you. I don't know how it works.
yeah, that's an interesting one.
Or
Well,
or is it?
actually, I mean, the joy of watching the women when they play football and they get tackled. And all right, the worst thing that can happen is those goddamn ACLs. But let's face it, they don't roll. I mean, and if they're in excruciating pain, then yes, you know about it.
Mm.
But most of the time, they get tackled, they go down, they might sort of feel,
Mm.
check your knees all right. But they're not rolling around on the
No,
ground,
they're not. No,
blasting men off.
no. That's not really in the
I
women's
mean, this is
game, is
like
it?
Oscar winning performances, isn't
Mm.
it?
I have to say that it's a shame because um, I've got a few rugby friends and they say like if when you get hit when you play rugby, but in football you just a little tap and they roll around as if they've been hit by a sniper from 100 yards or something. You know, I think the women's game is from what I've seen of it. I've seen the Euro when England won the Euros as well as it's like back-to-back Euros and the World Cup as well. It is skillful. I noticed there's online some guys are still very negative about the football, and I think, well, you just take it for what it is. You know, the women's football is skillful, the men's is skillful, but we're not as successful as our women. So we need to be you know, more successful. I think that was Glenwyn's little tune to say, you know what, we've come up to the hour, so
Right.
I think we're gonna call it quits. It's lovely seeing you guys again. Alex is on my side. He's giving the big smile.
God
So
bless you,
up there as
Alex.
well.
Yeah.
So you know, Glenwyn, thank you very much for your continued work and the thumbnails and all the ideas. I did say we're going to pitch some more ideas in order to get more of you guys joining in, and especially with the ladies game as well now with the gaffer on board. That's awesome as well. And John Laguna, as always, saying
Thank
things
you for having me on.
from
Always
the
a
real,
pleasure.
the real side, the real way of attacking this game. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy the fact we're still champions, guys. And I think Glenn was gonna like play out with a little tune, and then we're gonna call it quits on Easy Talk, guys. Love it. Take care. Stay safe. And from us, until the next video, we'll see you guys soon. Love to everyone. Take care, guys.
North London never stopped believing. The hard times made us stronger. Now we champions. Red and white forever. Emirates on fire tonight. Red and white, now we champions. Hard times turned us into lions. Arteta brought the fire back. Oh, now the whole world watching that. Oh, Emirates on fire. Oh, taking dreams higher. From the legends to the future stars. Arsenal forever in our hearts. Dancing under the lights, Rice fighting every night. God leading with the vision. Saliba strong on every mission. Martinelli running through the rain. KBO bringing all the pain. The pressure only made us stronger. Now the can is louder, longer. Havertz moving through defenders. Ben White locking every danger. Raya standing tall with pride. North London on our side. We remember all the years before. The whole stadium roared.
Yes, everybody, have a good time, have a good weekend, a good summer. And
Oh, do you know what? I really like that music.
it's a good song, actually, Angie.
Yeah, I really.